Recently, somebody asked the question, is there a motorcycle purchase you regret? And I think it's this one. Yes, the 8.5-inch Memphis Shades windshield for my 2019 Street Glide. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Today we're diving deep into windshields a little bit, because after I installed that taller shield, where is it? These fairing wind deflectors, I installed those afterwards. And I think those gave me better audio for you, if I'm being honest, but also better wind protection when I'm on the highway, because I don't do a lot of, touring, but I do a lot of highway. Anyway, today we're gonna get some test footage on the 8.5 or with the 8.5-inch windshield. And then I've got my old 6.5. Leave a comment below. Do you keep the old parts when you replace stuff on your bike? I'm curious to know, because I have this, and I even have the stock windshield. It's in a box off frame. And I'm gonna pop up the audio waveform, and I'm looking over here like the answer's in the sky, like an idiot. But either way, I'm gonna pop up the audio waveform on screen while I run the test footage, and we're gonna see if we can actually see the difference in wind noise between this windshield and its shorter cousin. So that's the test. Let's get on the bike, get some test footage with the 8.5, then we'll come back, put the 6.5 on, and then we're good. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it 30, 40, and 50 miles an hour. Vent open, vent closed. Should give us a good clue. Here we go. All right, right now we have the vent open Memphis Shades 8.5-inch windshield, and we are at 30 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour, vent open, vent closed. Yep, there's the vent open. 35 miles an hour, vent closed. We'll get up to 40. All right, now we're at 40. Vent is closed. Vent is now open. Yeah, 40 miles an hour, vent open, vent closed. 50 miles an hour, vent closed, vent open. Yep, that's our test. Now, one of the reasons that I have liked but not been 100% keen on this windshield is because I tend to slouch when I ride. So I'm down here and it is almost level with the bridge of my glasses. Is that what that piece is called? I don't know. But either way, it's where my glasses cross over my nose. That is where I am used to having the windshield, because I slouch. Hey, we're doing 45 miles an hour. Vent closed. Vent open. I feel some wind on my shoulders. And if I have the vent closed in the fairing, I really feel a little bit of head toss. And I already know that it gets worse when I'm on the highway. I am definitely looking through this windshield, especially when going up hills like this. I should have my head and eyes higher, but I think this windshield might just be too tall for me. I'm only 5'8", 30-inch inseam. I like taking candlelit walks on the beach and eating long meals in the sand or some such nonsense. I really do wonder if this is going to make a difference to my audio when I switch to the 6.5-inch windshield, because I remember riding with the 6.5-inch shield, and I liked how it looked. I liked how the bike's stance was without the extra 2 inches. I mean, it's only 2 inches, but as she'll tell you, it makes a huge difference. Like right now, I'm riding in my normal relaxed position, and I hardly feel any wind on my eyes, and the bubble starts right about there. So like 3 inches up on my helmet, so right about here. Right here where my index finger is, that's where the air bubble starts. Then the pocket below it is much cleaner. Right here, I can feel it. Yeah, it's a couple inches above the base of my helmet. That's where the pocket of clean air sits, at least when the vent is open. 60 miles an hour, vent open. 60 miles an hour, vent closed. 40 miles an hour, vent open. 40 miles an hour, vent closed. 60 miles an hour, vent open. 60 miles an hour, vent closed. Not much wind hitting my eyeballs, that's for sure. All right, with that test complete, you need this tool, a T27 Torx bit. Can I get that in focus? Thank you. There we go. T27 Torx bit. I got a whole Craftsman set of them. Good times. Let's get this thing swapped out. And to do that, you just need to loosen this bolt, and that bolt. The Memphis Shades windshields have notches cut out that I'm going to show you. So you just have to loosen them enough to get the windshield out. Just like that, it's out. Now I just cleaned off the front fairing of my bike, so it's a little bit wet, but if you can see, if I can get the camera to focus on it, you can see that there's quite a bit of wear there, but there's some spider webs that are starting. Now you see one of the reasons I wanted to try the other windshield. And if you're watching this trying to follow along at home, I should have said earlier, lay out a cloth or something. I have the packing material. So I have the plastic and the foam that came with the windshield so that I can lay it on that rather than, you know, getting it all scratched up. With that out of the way, let's get this 6.5 put back on the bike. Now it may take a little bit of finagling, but you can separate the front and back half of the fairing there and get your windshield to drop right into place. Now here's something interesting. This 6.5-inch windshield is like 3 years old, maybe 4, and the 8.5 is 2 or 3. But look at this. If I can get it to focus on there, you can just see the start of spider webbing right above that screw. And that was just me snugging this thing down a little bit. I literally got it finger tight and went like a quarter turn just to snug it down just ever so gently, and boop, there it is. It's starting a spider web crack. I may need a new windshield. Okay, already I've gone a mile or two. I much prefer the look over this one. I mean, it's 2 inches shorter. When Memphis Shades says 8.5, I measured before I came out here with a tape measure from the top of the fairing to the top of the windshield. It was 8.5 inches exactly. I'm watching to see if the light turns. I have a clearer view of the road ahead, so let's see how it does in the wind. 30 miles an hour, vent open, vent closed, 30 miles an hour. 40 miles an hour, vent open, vent closed. 50 miles an hour, vent open, vent closed. I swear the bike almost feels like it's smaller and lighter without having 2 inches of extra windshield in front of me. Go figure, who knew? Now at about 50 miles an hour, I also feels like I have more wind hitting me right in the eye. Definitely more wind hitting me when I close that vent. Yeah, the vent makes a big difference. I really wonder what happens to my audio. That's gonna be the big kicker. Yep, people not paying attention. Head on a swivel, people. Well, I don't know where they thought they were going. This is kind of comfortable though. This is not bad. Again, I am just really curious to see what the audio looks like and what it sounds like to you guys and to me when I'm editing. That is always the #1 priority, is your all's comfort, your oral comfort, A-U-R-A-L, comfort, when listening to one of my videos. Whee! Hey, drop a comment below if you're dealing with stuff like this all the time now, since it's spring. Potholes galore. That one's deep. My wife hit it in her car the other day. I thought we were gonna lose a wheel and a tire. 60 miles an hour. Vent open, vent closed. 60 miles an hour. I definitely feel more wind buffeting with the vent closed than with open. And I'm getting a little bit more wind in my eyes, which is to be expected from having a shorter windshield. Look at the beautiful cherry blossoms. Isn't that pretty? Oh yes. And we're at 40 miles an hour and it feels pretty good. I tested and my wind bubble is right about here. It starts right in here somewhere. It's very scientific, this testing. If I set my cruise, I can be like, oh, hello, Lieutenant. If I was in the British Navy or Army, yeah, the wind bubble starts right here at my index finger. Yeah, right there. That's where it starts. And it's really strong right about here. And then, whoa, yeah, that's all wind. But there's like a little pocket, right? Starting, yeah, right there at my pinky finger. Pocket goes all the way down to here. So what I really think is happening is there's a combination of this windshield being taller than stock and the fairing wind deflectors doing their job. If I rotate them in, it's great. I have cruise control. I can do this while I ride. Now I feel a lot more wind because I've got the wind just coming straight past the fairing now. Close those back up. Yes, they make a difference. And I usually run those open in the summertime, aimed at me because it's hotter than Hades out. Yes, you sweat just walking out the front door. So that's the comparison between the Memphis Shades 8.5 and 6.5 recurve spoiler windshields. And now it's time to go download the footage. I'm going to take a look-see at it, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts and a wrap-up in the studio. And after spending over 3 hours tweaking and playing back this footage and editing this video so far, I have come to the conclusion that there are a few nuanced differences in the audio that I get from the 8.5 and 6.5 windshield inches. You get it. Anyway, the biggest thing in here is comfort. That's the big thing. But back to those nuanced differences, it's really just a few more pops at higher speed and a tiny bit more wind noise that I can hear. Did you hear anything different? I mean, go back, watch it again. You know, I put up the little handy deals at the top that said, you know, where it was processed and unprocessed. So you can see what my secret sauce is doing, right? But at the same time, maybe you can hear something that I can't. I'm hard of hearing if you forgot. So really, what I hear is pretty darn clean with both windshields. It comes down to comfort. Like I said, there's a little bit more wind hitting my shoulders on the shorter windshield and a little bit more wind hitting my eyes, especially if I sit up straight. You know, if I slouch and I ride, like I showed, that 8.5 windshield is too tall and the 6.5 is right where it should be. It's when I sit up that it becomes a problem. So maybe something in the middle. Maybe I need to get like a 7.5-inch windshield. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Do you ride a touring bike? What kind of windshield you got on your bike? There's guys in the comment section already furiously typing away saying, you bought a motorcycle, expect wind in the face. I get that. But you know, I bought a 900-pound touring bike so that I could go down the highway and not get fatigued. Some guys like the wind in their chest and face and all that, and I like a little bit of wind, just a little bit, just to know that I'm out there on a bike. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, boop the like button. Go check out this video next, and I will leave you with the two mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day, and 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's trying out a new windshield on your Harley Davidson or other brand bike. Bye!